Hello everybody, Jamie the Board Game Man. In today's episode, if you like trick-taking card games, this episode is right up your alley. This game is, well, at least this version I'm going to show you, is from the year 2017 by Stronghold Games. 2 to 4 players, ages 10 and up. Takes, give or take, about 30 minutes to play. It's called the Bottle Imp. And in this game, what you're doing is you're trying not to get the bottle, because if you get the bottle at the end of the round, you get nada, goose egg, 0 points for the round, and any of the cards that are underneath the bottle are negative points. So let's head on over to the gamer's table, where I'm going to show you how to play the Bottle Imp. Okay, here we are at the gaming table, the Bottle Imp. Let's check it out and open it up. All right, so we'll go ahead and open it up. First and foremost, you have the instruction booklet. They do a really good job on it. The 3 and 4 players are in the front here, and then once you go towards the back, it gives you the 2-player variant. But I heard that the sweet spot in this game are 3 players. That's what I've heard. I've watched a couple of the videos of this game, and they all say the same thing, that 3 players is the sweet spot. All right. Then you got the good old bottle. This one comes a little wood bottle, which I think is really, really awesome. I know some other versions just have like a card with a picture of the bottle on it, and that's what the bottle is, but this is actually way cooler. So you got the bottle, then you have the deck of cards. They are numbered 1 through 37, and I got lucky because when I purchased this, they came already sleeved. So they have sleeves on them, so I got really lucky with this. This is actually pretty cool that they're all sleeved. You also have the card number 19 right here. All right, that's going to be placed in the middle. I'll put it right here. In the middle of the table. You also have these reference cards. These reference cards will show you the numbers 1 through 37 that are in the deck. Now you see there are 3 different suits. You have the yellow, you have the blue, and you have the red. Now you can see here that the red cards seem to be a little bit on the higher side. The yellow seem to be kind of sporadic throughout the whole deck. And then you got the blue, which tend to be, for the most part, lower. So that's something you want to keep in mind. This is given to each player that is playing, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and divvy out all these cards evenly. So what you'll do is you'll divvy them all out. And let's see here, I'll just let me go ahead and divvy these out real quick. Okay, so once all the cards are divvied out to each player, okay, all the players are going to go ahead and take a look at their cards. All right, and they're going to first determine, after looking at what cards they have, they want to see maybe if we have a good side deck or we have some bad cards. And obviously the higher numbers are usually the better ones, where the lower ones, you're in danger of maybe getting the bottle. And I'll go over that in one moment. So what you do is that, first of all, you're going to look at all your cards and you're going to decide to put one of these cards face down next to the bottle. Okay, this player puts one down there. They look at their cards. You're going to say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and place this one here, so on. And then this player will look at their cards and they decide, okay, which card do they want to put down? He puts this one down, okay? That's the first thing you do, is each person plays a card in the middle, right next to the bottle, okay? After the players do that, I guess we'll just put these on top of each other. That way there's a lot less room there. There we go. Let's play them just right next to the bottle. Now what you do is you're going to go ahead and place... You're going to give one of your cards to the player on your right and one of your cards to the player on your left. So that's what you're going to do here. Let's just say this player goes here, this player goes here. Okay. And one goes to me, one goes to them. This player goes one to them, one to me. That kind of thing. Okay. So that's what's going to happen there. You put those cards in your deck, like so. And then play begins. Now it's just like your typical trick where I'm the first player. I'm going to go ahead and start off by picking a color and then a number. So let's just say I went with blue 32. I place this down. So just like a typical trick-taking game, you have to follow the color of the suit. So this player over here on my left is going to take a look at theirs and see if they have any blue. They're going to say, okay, I've got 27. So they're going to play blue 27. This player over here is going to look at their blues and they're going to say, okay, I've got blue 34. Okay, so you see that they all played blue, and all the numbers are above the number 19. Okay, so this is just a simple, whoever has the highest number here wins the trick. So in this case, this player here has 34, 32, 27. He has the higher number of the 3, and he wins the trick. So he will go ahead and take these 3 cards, and he or she will place it next to them here. Okay, then this player would go next. Actually, the player that wins the trick does it. So what they'll do is they choose, and let's just say they choose a red 33. This player over here looks through their red cards and says, okay, I'm going to go ahead and play 29. And this player over here is going to look at their red cards, and they're going to say 16. Okay. Now, what happens here, normally you would think that the red player would win this trick because you have a 33 and it's higher, it's the highest of the 3. But in this case, this player played a 16, which is less than the 19 that the bottle is going for. And the story goes where when you buy the bottle, you must sell it for less than what the cost of the bottle is. All right. So in this case, the person that put 33 red would not win. It would be 16. So what happens here is this player would win the trick. They would go ahead and take these 2 cards here, place them in their win deck, okay? Then the new price of the lamp goes to, the bottle goes to 16, okay? So this gets replaced with this, and this just gets set to the side. So now 19 is no longer in the game. Now 16 is now the next number that you must try to go above without trying to get the bottle, okay? And that's what happens there. And what happens is the person that has the bottle, actually would go to this player here. So you actually give the bottle to the person that actually had they got the trick, okay? So this person now has the bottle. You do not want the bottle in this game. And I'll go over a couple more hands and then I'll show you why. So this person now starts off, and let's just say they go with the blue 20, okay, which is still above the 16, that's okay. This player here. Now obviously if you do not have a blue card, you can go with any other card. Okay, so you can say like for instance, I didn't have another, let's just say I don't have another blue and I put 14 here, okay? And then this guy, let's just say he doesn't have, well actually he only has 1 blue and he has an 8, okay? So what happens here is, obviously, now this person right here is going to hit the lamp up. No, he doesn't win because now this 8 is under 16. So now this player actually wins the trick, but you would think. But now this player wins it because now his is lower. So he's going to take these 2 here. Okay. Can't pick them up. Going to put them in his stack. But then what he does is whoever has the bottle would get this because he's the one that initiated the 16. So now this player would get the 16 over here. Now this turns into 8 is now the new price of the bottle. And now this player now has the bottle in their possession. Now let me give you a great example as to how to get rid of those low cards. Let's just say that this player started, and they start off with a red 33. And this player went ahead and started, and he has a red 26. But this player, let's just say he didn't have any red cards. Okay? And this is the trump card here. That would be a good time if he had no red cards to get rid of maybe a 1 or a 2 or a 3. That's the best time to get rid of those. Because obviously if you get stuck with that lowest number, you're probably going to end up getting that bottle if it's that suit. So that's a great place. If you don't have that color, that's a great time to get rid of these other ones. And that way, this player ends up winning this, and you got rid of that 1 or 2 or 3, those low numbers. If you're off suit and you don't have that color, that's the best time to try to get rid of those cards. You keep going back and forth like this, and obviously that's how the tricks run. And once that game is ended, okay, the 3, actually all these would go, all the cards you got during your turns would go 0, okay? What you do is these get put aside. You don't get any points for any of those. Now in this case, 3 cards that were placed in the middle go to this player with the lamp, and you get negative points. How do you get points in this game? Well, you look on the cards, and they have little coins on them. So this one's worth 2 points. This one's worth 1 point. This is worth 3 points. That's how you score. So these 2 players would add up all their cards and all the coins that are on there, and that's how many points they would get for that round. But if you're stuck with a bottle, all the cards you got through all your tricks get put aside. You get 0 points. You grab the 3 cards that were there initially, and you're going to get negative points. So in this case, these 3 cards are put in the middle, so this would be -6 points for this player. And that is how that works. Then you go ahead and shuffle up the cards. You put your 3 cards in the middle. You would go ahead and divvy up 1 to your left, 1 to your right. And then you'd play all over again. You would start back at the 19, at the very beginning there, and then you do your thing. And that is how you play the Bottle Imp. Now they don't really tell you exactly, how many points you want to play to, how many rounds. It's totally up to you. A lot of times they'll say play up to 200. Maybe if you really like the game, maybe you want to do 300 or 400. Maybe whoever has the most points after 5 rounds wins. It's really up to you, and that's really cool. I think it says in the instruction booklet, usually it's up to 200 points. Whoever gets to 200 points first. But with this game, you can make any house rule that you would like. And that, my friends, is how you play the Bottle Imp. Now let's go ahead and go over to the game room, and I'll tell you my final thoughts. All right, so my final thoughts on the Bottle Imp. You know what's funny is I had never even heard of this game until just a couple days ago when I went down the street here to one of my favorite places to go for board games. It's one of those used places where you get, books and CDs and stuff like that. They have a whole row of board games that I found out. So I have been submitting all my books and CDs I have either read or not listened to or whatever, and I've been turning them in for a lot of credits. And I just so happened to be there a couple days ago and came across this game. I thought, whoa, this looks really cool. Looked it up, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting it. And it was only $6. That's all I found it for, was $6. This game is amazing. There's a lot of trick-taking games out there, and some are good, some are like, eh. This one is great. How about the little bottle? How cool in the little bottle. That's really cool. I love that. I love the artwork on the cards. I love the way the game plays. Where, you gotta really know when to get rid of that 1 or that 3 or that 5. You really gotta know when to get rid of those. Because once you get those in your hand, you're like, oh man, how or when. It's all based on timing. Really based on timing as to when you want to get rid of those lower cards, because the price of that bottle keeps going down and you do not want to get stuck with that bottle. I think it's great. I know that I like that you can, do you want to go up to 200 points? Do you want to go up to 500 points? Do you want to, after 5 rounds, who has the most points? You can pretty much play it however you want. Replayability through the roof, which is always great for any kind of game. And obviously, I think you know on the thumb meter what it's going to get. An enthusiastic thumbs up for sure. Definitely get this game. A lot of you have probably already heard of it. I hadn't even heard of it until I came across it, like I literally said, just a couple of days ago. And I really got it. I looked online, and there was a few videos on it, and I watched them. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great. And I'm sitting there watching it as I'm in the store. I'm like, yep, sold. Grab that thing. And I was like, $6. That's all it is. So I used them, and I, like I said, I didn't have to pay for it because I have, I think, a little over, as of right now, about $160 in credit over there. So as I find little games here and there that I think I'll like and I want to keep, I'm definitely going to use my credits there. So, but anyway, thumbs up for the Bottle Imp for sure. And I hope you enjoyed the episode. I hope you enjoyed the game. If you have the game, or if you haven't played the game and you're interested in playing it, I always love seeing those comments down below. So thank you so much for watching. And of course, as always, happy gaming.